India is a huge market, and Prime Minister Narendra Modi in the next few days will have to navigate a very fine diplomatic line between France and the United States of America, not because they want to sell products when it comes to clothes or food. We are talking about high-end defense products. And who will India choose is the big question, as India expands its strategic defense capabilities. Two of its closest allies, the United States of America and France, are vying to supply critical military assets to New Delhi. With Prime Minister Narendra Modi set to visit France and the United States of America in the next few days, defense deals worth billions of dollars are expected to take center stage. Will India finalize its purchase of Rafale-M fighter jets and Scorpene-class submarines from France? Or will Washington push New Delhi towards American alternatives like the F-35? And then, how will India balance its long-standing reliance on Russian technology while engaging the West? Hello and welcome. You're watching Statecraft with me, Geeta Mohan. Prime Minister Narendra Modi's diplomatic itinerary for February is packed with high-stakes meetings that could redefine India's defense partnerships. From February 10th to 12th, Prime Minister Modi is going to be in France and he will be attending an Artificial Intelligence Action Summit in Paris, co-chaired with French President Emmanuel Macron. Alongside discussions on AI, the visit is expected to feature major defense agreements, including the procurement of 26 Rafale-M jets for India's aircraft carriers and 3 additional Scorpene-class submarines. These deals together are worth over $10 billion and are in their final stages, awaiting clearance from India's Cabinet Committee on Security for procurement. Immediately after his visit to France, Prime Minister Modi will also travel to Washington, D.C., marking his first bilateral visit to the United States of America since Donald Trump's return to the White House. Trade tensions, immigration policies, and security cooperation, especially in the Indo-Pacific, will dominate the agenda. But a key question remains: will the US push India towards American fighter jets, particularly the F-35? This is a race for Indian markets when it comes to defense, and Donald Trump is indeed going to push very hard for the F-35 sale. Will India give in is the question. India's defense modernization efforts have been long overdue. The Indian Navy and the Indian Air Force face a critical shortage of advanced fighter jets. For the Navy, the need is urgent. India's aircraft carriers, INS Vikramaditya and INS Vikrant, lack a modern, carrier-compatible fighter fleet. The current MiG-29K fighters procured from Russia have shown significant maintenance and operational challenges. To bridge this gap, the Indian Navy is looking at 26 new carrier-based fighters. The contenders, France's Rafale-M and US's FA-18 Super Hornet. However, India has already leaned towards the Rafale-M, with the deal reportedly in its final stages. Why so? They're not just affordable, reasonably priced, but they're made to India's specifications. Will the United States of America provide that? For the Air Force, India's aging fleet, including MiG-21s, Mirage 2000s and Jaguars, require immediate replacement. While the Indian Air Force has already inducted 36 Rafale fighter jets, it remains undecided on whether to procure additional squadrons or opt for a new fighter under the multi-role fighter aircraft competition. Enter the US with its latest offer, the F-35 Lightning II, America's most advanced stealth fighter. But will India take the bait? The F-35 is one of the most advanced fighter jets in the world today, featuring stealth capabilities, super avionics, and unmatched combat performance. So why hasn't India jumped at the opportunity? The answer lies in operational sovereignty. US Department of Defense has placed strict conditions on any F-35 sale to India, including regular inspections of air bases where the jets would be stationed. This is seen as an infringement on India's military autonomy. Additionally, the F-35 program does not offer production or technology transfer to India. Unlike France, which has allowed local assembly of Rafale components, the US is reluctant to grant India a similar deal. Moreover, the Indian Air Force is skeptical about introducing a new fighter type into its fleet. Integrating the F-35 would require significant changes in infrastructure, pilot training, and logistics. With China already deploying its own fifth-generation fighters, the J-20 and J-35, the IAF must ensure that any new acquisition aligns with its long-term strategic needs rather than being a diplomatic compromise. While the US continues its push for India to buy American jets, France remains New Delhi's preferred defense partner. And there are several reasons for this. Successful track record. India has already inducted 36 Rafale jets and they have proven to be highly effective in combat readiness. Pilots are familiar with the system and infrastructure for maintenance and operations is already in place. Government-to-government deals. Unlike American deals, which often involve bureaucratic red tape, France offers government-to-government sales, ensuring faster delivery and minimal geopolitical constraints. Technology transfer and local production, one of the most important aspects. The Rafale-M deal will include a significant portion of technology transfer, allowing India to enhance its indigenous defense production capabilities. Naval suitability. The Rafale-M is specifically designed for carrier-based operations, making it an ideal fit for INS Vikrant and INS Vikramaditya. And finally, the submarine capabilities. India's Scorpene-class submarines, built in collaboration with France, have demonstrated superior operational capabilities. The additional 3 submarines will strengthen India's underwater defense, especially amid growing Chinese presence in the Indian Ocean. India's defense procurement strategy has always been defined by diversification. While Russia remains India's largest arms supplier, the Ukraine war and resulting sanctions have made Moscow an unreliable partner in defense technology and technology transfers, as well as spare parts supply. France has filled this gap by providing advanced aircraft, submarines, and technology partnerships. Meanwhile, the US has emerged as a strong alternative, particularly in areas like intelligence sharing, missile defense, and joint exercises in the Indo-Pacific. However, India remains cautious about over-reliance on any single defense partner. The Indian military's philosophy of strategic autonomy ensures that no country can dictate New Delhi's procurement decisions. Despite US pressure, India is unlikely to procure American fighter jets unless the terms align with its long-term operational needs. The Rafale-M deal, on the other hand, is close to finalization, reinforcing France's role as India's key defense supplier. Prime Minister Modi's back-to-back visits to France and the United States of America highlight India's evolving defense strategy. While France is set to secure major contracts for fighter jets and submarines, Washington DC's attempts to push India towards American aircraft face significant hurdles. At the heart of this competition lies a bigger question. How will India position itself as a military power in the 21st century? Will it continue strengthening its partnerships with France and Russia, or will it eventually embrace American defense systems? As New Delhi navigates these crucial decisions, one thing is certain: India will not compromise on strategic autonomy. Thank you for watching Statecraft.